Anyways, alright guys, it's Frank here with another ladder map from Untapped GG, and it's going to be another IVV, and we're seeing a very early ritual chamber, which usually means we're going to be seeing some Venom Trap memes from this Hexen here, because it's very unlikely that we're going to see Gaunts. Yeah, we haven't seen Gaunts produced yet, so that tells me anyway that that's resources saved to initiate the upgrade. Alright, Venom Trap upgrade starts. You see two Lancers over here by the speed camp. But are they going to go for the speed camp? Yeah, okay, they are going for the speed camp. Let them do the telegraphed attacks, and really want to keep them... I think the idea here is that you don't want, as a Vanguard player, you don't want the dogs to get out of, like, a clump. You want to keep them clumped up so they're taking that AoE damage. And that's why he's kind of just like moving around in circles instead of just standing and fighting. Does get all the bounty from the camps, but doesn't go for the actual buff itself. I think he wants his Lancers to show up by surprise and doesn't want to telegraph. It's like, hey, I got these camps. But whether he wants to show them or not, they're here now. Felhog gets first hit on these Lancers, and the Lancers are going to chase down the Gaunts. Oh no, but the Lancers see that the Venom Trap's going down. Doesn't want to fight on Venom Traps. Interesting. That's actually super interesting. I think he could have won right there. The Lancers would have just, like... They would have just cut down those Gaunts. But because he saw Venom Trap, he left. Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, see what I mean? Even on the retreat, the Gaunts just get absolutely annihilated. Oh, no. Okay, now he's not scared of him anymore. Another Venom Trap goes down on top of the Ethereum. These Lancers are still so tanky, though. A couple more Gaunts pop out there to try to defend. Nice. Oh, two Venom traps explode on these Lancers. But now our Vanguard player is completely out of orbital energy. That said, Infernal has completely stopped mining. One Veteran C3 Lancer goes down. The other one's infested with a skull on it, but we don't see any DPS out of our Infernal player. Yeah, we're down to Imps fighting Lancers, which is just an absolute slaughter. Alright, the other Hexen comes back home, and it's got so much energy on it. Oh, is it worth it? Let me work it. No! Okay. Nicely done. And still has 8 workers to mine Luminite, but 0 workers to mine Therium, which is very unfortunate. There's a whole bunch of fiends that are going to be... Well, at least I guess they kind of chipped away at the Bob's health a little bit, not much. Alright, immediately kinetic redirection goes down. But the Fiends are definitely taking hits they don't want to be taken from the Lancer. And now I think things slow down. Alright, we've already got 2 workers at the natural here. 11 workers, yeah, fully saturated at the main. Oh, the meat farm's just so battered and bruised here. Get him, Felhogs! Get him! I don't get... Yeah. Lancer, why even turn and fight? There's no point. Oh, wow, what a catch. It was kind of inevitable, but... yeah, it just sucks when your opponent can micro well enough that your Lancer or whatever unit starts dancing back and forth and not attacking out. Because you can't A-move, or else he'll just, you know, do a 180 and start fighting. See, now there I would have put down a second Venom Trap. I say I would have, like I ladder all that much in this game, but it would have made more sense to me to put a second Venom Trap down. And kinetic redirection is... done. Alright, so one Lancer versus all those Fiends. Yeah, that's really scary for the Fiends. You don't want to be boosting your opponent's attack speed while surrounding them and giving them fantastic surface area. Our Infernal player still hasn't completely kicked the Vanguard off of his corner of the map. Vanguard's still coming over, not with impunity, but definitely not scared at all. Here comes a Vulcan, yeah. Once the Vulcan... So the Vulcan's been scouted. That's a problem. Are we going to see Weavers come out from anywhere to do some lashes? Spriggans would also be nice. They require quite a bit in terms of production. Just because you got to put down a Twilight Spire and the Shadow Cleft to get Spriggans out, so it's kind of annoying, kind of expensive to get them out, and then you still have to produce them even once they are out. Now the Brutes are going to come forward and say, hey Lancers, it'd be a real shame if you had to fight us, but that Vulcan in the back, just anchoring the position, doing so much damage to these structures and the poor little Fellhogs that just wanted to live peacefully on their meat farms. See a couple more meat farms going down over here on the east side of the natural. Iron Vault goes down. Okay, more than the production capability. I think for me, what would get me nervous is that it's not so much. It's not like two chokes anymore. The Vanguard player can actually come in and there's the Weaver Lash. Now the Brutes can, or now the Gaunts can surround. They do infest, but they don't manage to kill off that Vulcan, which is very unfortunate. Superstone comes down. It's going to start doing tons of DPS to this the Vanguard force, but the Lancers are already so in tight with the Gaunts that I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. Alright, the Gaunts are managing to continue to do a lot of damage to these Lancers, and the Fiends do a decent job of having a quote-unquote front line for the Lancers to have to fight against while the Gaunts do damage. And eventually the Lancer Vulcan medtech push does get sent home. All right, we're still not completely saturated on the natural just yet, and we see a third fully saturated over here for the Vanguard, and that'll be game. I think yeah, our Infernal player just knew that they were so far behind, and they weren't, fully saturated over here by the 9.5 minute mark. It was just kind of over. All right, GG's guys.